When this man saw what a mother was doing with her disabled son, he went and took decisive action. All this American woman did was put her son in the car just as she did every day, but someone in the local community saw what she was doing and decided to act. What's more, it wasn't long before she got the surprise of her life. This story involves a woman from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Her name is Christine Guerra-Candelaria, and she has an interesting tale. With Guerra-Candelaria being a single mom, things haven't always been easy, but for years she had to deal with something particularly challenging, in both a mental and physical sense.
Also, if you have not done so already, please subscribe to our channel and click that notification bell to get inspired by these real-life stories every day. Now, back to the story.
Guerra-Candelaria has a disabled son named Matthew, whom she loves very much. Now, in the past, Matthew's severe disabilities meant he heavily relied on his mom, as well as his wheelchair to get around. Caring for Matthew had proven itself to be a pretty tough job for his mom over the years. Furthermore, Guerra-Candelaria struggled even more as Matthew grew older and thus heavier. In order to take him anywhere, therefore, his mom would have to park the wheelchair next to the car. She then grit her teeth as she lifted her son out of the chair and into the vehicle.
You ready? You gotta help mommy. Ready? 1, 2, ready? 3. Whew. Always leave me breathless.
My biggest challenge is taking him from his wheelchair or stroller, lifting him up and putting him in the vehicle in his special car seat, Guerra-Candelaria told local news channel Code in September 2017, and it was only getting more difficult.
My biggest challenge is taking him from his wheelchair or stroller, lifting him up and putting him in the vehicle in his special car seat.
By that point, Guerra-Candelaria's son was almost 14, and she was finding it more and more physically demanding to lift him up. Matthew was around the 70-pound mark, which proved to be somewhat heavy for his mom. That said, she still just about managed to achieve the routine feat of strength. And although it wasn't easy, the single mom carried on with her day-to-day duties without receiving much help from anyone else. However, one day that all changed. It turned out that someone in the community had noticed Guerra-Candelaria struggling to lift her son. That someone was a local man named Stephen Paternoster, who runs an Italian restaurant called Scalo in the Nob Hill area of Albuquerque. And Paternoster was so struck when he witnessed Guerra-Candelaria's daily struggle that he decided to do something to help her. As suggested, it was watching the single mom heave her teenage son into the back of her car that concerned the restaurant owner most. He therefore felt compelled to do something to make that particular aspect of their lives a little less difficult, and what he did next was truly heartwarming. Paternoster could have given Guerra-Candelaria and her son free meals at his restaurant, or perhaps a cash donation, but he didn't. He had a better idea. He bought them something practical instead, and it was sure to make life significantly easier for the single mom. The restaurant owner forked out on a van and gave it to Guerra-Candelaria. It wasn't just any van either. It was a specially modified vehicle with a mechanical platform capable of raising Matthew in and out of ease, so that his mom wouldn't have to do it by herself anymore. Needless to say, Guerra-Candelaria was delighted with the unexpected gift from the Good Samaritan. The modified van was sure to make leaving the house with Matthew a whole lot less strenuous for his mom, and Paternoster, for his part, was very pleased to be the one who'd made the donation. When the Code TV crew interviewed the restaurant owner about his deed, he said, "You give sometimes because it makes you feel good. In this case, it has made me feel good." Plus, he added, "And I have a new friend," referring to the gift's other recipient, Matthew.
You give sometimes because it makes you feel good. And in this case, it has made me feel good. And I have a new friend.
Matthew, who's known by the nickname Superman, is seen in the Code News report wearing his favorite superhero's outfit as he tests out the van's elevator system. The teenager's also shown sharing a hug with a restaurant owner and good guy benefactor. The news station, in addition, posted a link to the report on its Facebook page, where it attracted a lot of attention from the online community. The video clip is just over a minute long, and it explains the details of the heartwarming story, prompting people to share their views on it. Facebook users thought the story was amazing too, mainly because of Paternoster's incredible generosity, and the comments duly rolled in. "That's awesome! It's great to know that there are people like this generous gentleman out there helping those who need help," someone wrote. And judging from a few of the other comments left on the news station's Facebook page, it's clear that this isn't the first time the restaurant owner had done a good deed for someone. Yes, it seems Paternoster has a track record for this kind of behavior. Someone else commented, "He's always doing amazing things for this community. I'm not surprised at all. Thank you, Stephen." The evidence suggests that Guerra-Candelaria is yet another on a long list of people whom the restaurant owner has helped. A person who clearly knew Paternoster wrote that they loved to see Steve healing Who's compassion for others, and exclamations such as "God bless you, Stephen" were commonplace on the Facebook thread. Through his kind actions, Paternoster has then become somewhat of a local hero. Although Guerra-Candelaria never asked for his help, the kind-hearted Paternoster went out of his way and dug into his pockets to give her something guaranteed to make her life that bit easier. And it's selfless acts like these which give the rest of us hope. After all, it shows that there are still some decent people left in the world.
If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and consider sharing it with someone who may find it interesting too. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the next one.